Crowder and Alex Jones, if you can believe it, are actually trying to distance themselves from Kanye and Fuentes. And you know that's crazy. Look at this.
You don't even have to think about it, dude.
Cowards.
Here's two great minds. You know, this is so interesting because a lot of these conservative people do hate Jews. Like Alex Jones fans, Crowder fans, they're going to have opinions about Jews. And now this is causing such a rift in the conservative world because Kanye's just like making them choose one side or the other. You with or not, bro? Just, you know what I mean? It's great. I love it. I mean,
come in here and shut up.
I don't like, the anti-Semitism, but
love about Hitler first and let him get it out of his system, even if he did it. Right. I was saying, hey, let's do something different. Let's show him your intellectual side. Let's get into a bunch of issues. And I had all these issues in front of me. He goes, why don't you just set those aside? We're not getting into that. I was like, okay, he's letting me know he's in control. And so I figured after an hour at least he would let me kind of then bring up some topics I wanted. But you kind of have the salacious.
He was like, the entire time I was trying to talk about the mRNA vaccine and how the Jews were giving it to each other and therefore can't be a global Jewish conspiracy out there. And he was like, no, he just wanted to say he loves Hitler. That's exactly what happened. He brought up the vaccines. This old man, he is so washed. Like, the kids have moved on, old man. They moved on to Hitler now, okay? He just kept bringing up the fucking vaccines over and over again. And, like, Kanye West is vaccinated, doesn't give a shit, you know what I mean?
Right,
he's just like, yeah, whatever. Nah, let's talk about Hitler, my favorite guy.
Yeah, he's like, we don't need to soft pedal this shit anymore. Let's just say it.
From the baby Hitler of
he calls Nick Fuentes baby Hitler. I thought that was funny.
Oh, that's funny. Why did he have baby Hitler on and didn't say anything mean about him then? Doesn't that kind of make you a lame ass?
Yeah.
The baby Hitler of Nick Fuentes over there. That was a joke Jimmy Kimmel made. Like, where have I seen this before? And it's I'm Jabba the Hutt, and there's a Salacious Crumb sitting there. But seriously, I didn't know that Nick Fuentes was really a Nazi lover. But there's a real creepy factor with this Hitler stuff.
So Nick Fuentes is real creepy.
I mean, he is. He's like a gremlin on top of fucking loving, Hitler. He is. He's like such a fucking unlikable goober. And of course, if you are a fan of his, you are not going to understand this because like he has this frequency that he hits that target the exact same kind of gross fucking loser. Like, if you're a fan of his, you're probably just as gross and just as sweaty of a gremlin.
Yeah, that looks about right.
Speaking of which, I can't believe he just name dropped Salacious Crumb in there. This is like the most obscure Star Wars character you could possibly conceive of.
They're the same like soy Marvel consumers that they fucking hate.
It's just like so casual about
Crumb. That motherfucker
he was
even
like,
has a name.
I'm Jabba the Hutt, and there's Salacious Crumb.
How did they even figure out his name? Like, they don't
dude,
never
you have to be the biggest Star Wars fan, dude. I mean, that's like the 4chan guys would call this bugman behavior. You know what I mean? Consumption of this variety. So.
Yeah, there was actually I wanted to watch these. These were some of the clips you were reacting to when you got banned, and they're really good.
We got to throw up the bad take alert.
Yeah, get these ready.
Thing.
Yeah, so I got to say, Gavin was actually asking him good questions in that like. He really was asking him the good questions that are going to provoke an answer that I'm actually really curious to. For example, he goes, "Do you hate all Jewish people?"
Bro, one of the good questions that he asked was literally like the Jewish question. And the final
But that's what I wanted to hear.
That's like, what are you going to do? How are you going to deal with all these fucking Jews?
No, but
that's what he said.
That's what the question I actually wanted to hear because everyone's just treating him like a sideshow. So it's like, okay, so what is I want to know, Kanye, what are you going to do about it?
He hasn't thought it through.
Yeah, he doesn't have a good answer.
No, he has. He said he would enslave all the Jews.
Yeah.
And place them under mass surveillance and in work camps, maybe? I don't know. No one's ever thought that one before. Very unique.
Not violence, just subservience, systematic subservience. Yeah, but I actually appreciate these questions being asked because I want to know like how deep and dark Kanye's mind goes. Because right now he's just talking about how he loves Hitler. Anyway, throw up the.
Blacks are overrepresented in violent crime.
But when you meet an individual black person, you don't apply that. You start with a fresh slate every time you meet someone. Do you do that with Jews?
I did not love that. I did not love when he paused. I was being sarcastic, YouTube, when I said, like, I love the pause.
I disavow that.
I love that.
What? No, that wasn't me.
I love that.
I disavow that.
What the hell's going on?
I disavow Hassan. I disavow you, Hassan.
Okay, well, yeah, he goes, a black person.
Yeah, you can tell where his heart's at.
You know, blacks are overrepresented in violent crime. But when you meet an individual black person, you don't apply that. You start with a fresh slate every time you meet someone. Do you do that with Jews?
Nope.
Yes, I like that. I like that. I want to know. So, okay, you hate all Jews. So I'd like to know that. Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty obvious.
But it's so specific.
They love it though. They're yucking it up. They're like, that's crazy. Me too, bro.
Well, that's a crazy thing to say. Yeah. You're definitely right about that.
This intervention isn't going very well.
Now what?
You know.
Yeah. So there's a really incredible take. Censored.tv, by the way. And if you watch our clip, we will censor you. So that's why they're called censored. Because they censor people. Anyway, old timey joke.
They censor opposition. They were not, they were not fond of what I had to say.
Dude, this is the craziest fucking clip that came out of this. Here's Nick Fuentes saying that when he was a kid, kids loved Hitler.
Yeah,
I said,
even Gavin McGinnis was like, what?
I never knew any kid that loved Hitler, but it does say something about your upbringing.
Well, I don't think that the Jews are particularly ethno-masochistic. If you look at all the blowback to Ye, they're very defensive. They're very paranoid, you could say.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Pathologically paranoid about threats to their well-being.
I'm pathologically paranoid. Meanwhile, Kanye's like, we need to make all Jews subservient slaves to Christians.
He's like, it's so weird. Jewish people are paranoid about anti-Semitism while I'm trying to spread anti-Semitic theories so we can do the Holocaust to Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder why people are paranoid.
It's pathological at this point.
I agree with you that liberalism is a poison. I'm not a liberal, and I think that liberalism has poisoned the well for white people, but if you look at white kids, there's nothing, I don't think, intrinsic in white people that makes them hate themselves. Like, when I was a kid, kids loved Hitler. In the sense that we see the videos and we see the propaganda and the symbols, and there's something compelling about it just on an aesthetic level.
What? I've never heard that before. When you were a little kid, like 8 years old.
It's like, what?
Kids love Hitler.
Yeah, the kids is fucking the Nazi youth, I think.
Come on, weren't you all in the same classes when you were a kid, where you Sig Heiled and had the swastikas on the wall? You guys didn't do that?
Kids loved Hitler.
I never heard that before. When you were a little kid, like 8 years old, all your friends liked Hitler?
Well, maybe not 8 years old, but on 4chan and on the internet.
Yeah.
Very popular.
Yeah, those weren't kids, dog. You were being groomed.
Yeah, that's not normal life you just described, bro.
Yeah. Oh, like 4chan. Where all of the cool kids hang out at 4chan.
Kids loved Hitler.
It is funny that these guys are calling Jews paranoid, but they're like hysterically paranoid about white genocide.
Yeah.
We're being displaced. Yeah, Nick played Jews and Nazis instead of cops and robbers, you know what I mean? So it's a little bit of a... Yeah, and then here's where Kanye says that Jews should be subservient slaves to Christians. Here's the Jewish question. Thank you for the dumbass avow. We dumbass avow.
The main issue is that Christ is king. Christ is the true king of Israel. Christ is the king of all kings.
Yeah.
If you don't believe in Jesus Christ, you are wrong. And anyone that doesn't believe in Jesus Christ should not be in control or any influence to anything that America produces, be it media, technology,
Gavin's
politics,
sweating because he's
farming,
like, I don't know if I believe
medicine, prisons.
The whole thing's kind of fake to me.
Gavin's like, this guy's taking it kind of far.
Yeah, Gavin's like, I invented Vice, right? Like, I'm definitely godless.
Right.
Prisons. If you do not believe in Christ and you're not following Christ in the decisions that you make, you should have no influence on that.
Well, that's going to be a tough thing to institute. So you're president of the United States. The Hitler thing does not hurt your campaigin. First,
it helps my campaign.
Dude, he's like, the logistics of that is
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Just
going to be different.
Implausible. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I like it on face.
The funniest part about this is like you see 3 different like types of white supremacists, white nationalists, anti-Semitic goobers on there, and like Gavin is trying to appear sane because he's like trying to put the dog whistles back on, and like Nick Fuentes can't stop himself from going full blown bullhorn. God damn it, I can't talk. And Kanye is just on a different level of that. He just says it exactly what it is.
That's what There's actually the clip with the Jewish question. It was in one of those threads, y'all, where he says, "What do we do about it?" My friend. My friend
Adolf.
Wait, what's a stereotypical Jewish name? Moses, maybe. My friend Moses bent over, and then this happened. Ow! What do we do about it? Wait, is Howie Jewish?
He is Jewish, yeah.
Okay, Mazel Tov, Howie Mandel, friend of the show.
Oh, one of the funniest parts of the interview was when they were like, 80 to 90% of Hollywood is Jews. Like, straight up.
That cannot be true.
It's just not true. It's insane, dude. What the fuck? But they were like, they literally brought it up as though it was like real, and not a single person was like, I don't know, man. It's like, are Jewish people overrepresented in is there a higher percentage of Jewish people in Hollywood?
Hold on. Throw up the disclaimer.
Wait, but what I'm saying is like statistically.
No, just go ahead. I'm just being safe.
Okay, well, regardless, yes, that is true. It's not 90%, and having a higher percentage of Jewish people in one field does not necessarily imply that there is a Jewish conspiracy and that they're all acting in a monolithic capacity, unless the monolith that you are referencing is capitalism, in which case, that transcends ethnic boundaries entirely. It's just people motivated by capital. Also, that's not a dumbass take. That's a good take.
Okay, all right.
That's the true take.
Just being safe.
Okay.
No, but there's lots of fields where certain groups are overrepresented. You know what I mean? It's not like that happens, right?
Yeah, I mean, they want WASPs to return to like having 98% of control from like fucking the 85 that they have currently. You know what I mean? But it doesn't matter because like even if you are a Protestant, like they just say you're Jewish if you're an executive. Like it quite literally is like.
Well, and when we were interviewing Andrew Callahan, he goes, "Oh yeah, I've been getting tons of anti-Semitic comments."
Yeah,
like,
they were saying he's Jewish.
He's like,
yeah,
no.
Yeah, exactly.
So of course everybody's Jewish when literally you think everyone's Jewish.
Yeah, he brought up BlackRock as an example. He was like, or Vanguard as an example. He's like, Vanguard CEO, like, Jewish banking. And I looked it up, and the dude's name is like Patty McFurl O'Hary or something. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, come on, dude.
Like, of course, yeah.
It was like Mortimer Buckley something. Like, it's the most Christian name you can get.
Yeah, it's kind of awesome. You can basically just say that about anyone and they'll believe it. Yeah, so here's the Jewish question.
So you're president of the United States. The Hitler thing does not hurt your campaign. First day
it helps my campaign.
Okay, it helps your campaign. Yeah. You're in office. It's day one, and they go. Someone walks in and they go, "So what are we going to do about these Jews?" What do you say?
What do you mean do about them?
Well, is there any action involved? Like they're overly represented in lots of people who don't believe in Christ. I would probably wager that in your average hospital in New York, maybe a third or less believe in Christ. So are you suggesting we get rid of 2/3 of the doctors?
Not get rid of, like not violently get rid of them.
Fire them?
I think that Jews are very intelligent, but they don't deserve to be in charge of everything because they don't put Christ.
But how do you legislate that?
They need to work for Christians. Jews should work for Christians. I'll hire a Jewish person in a second. If I knew they weren't a spy and I could look through their phone and follow them to their house and have a camera all in their living room.
Yeah, that's funny. That's good.
You just put them in work camps, dude.
So you're president. Yeah.
That's a good solution, Kanye.
Yeah, it's funny. It is funny, isn't it? I love that.
No one's ever thought about that. What a unique, some might say final solution to the Jewish question. You
Yeah,
know?
so I can totally understand why you got the DMC on that. Clearly, you had no valid criticism of any of that.
No, of course not. I was
there's
like,
nothing to parse through there. It's just,
I was clapping like a seal.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire process.